Welcome back to the channel, and today we are diving into the ultimate cosmic mystery that has probably kept you up at night more than once. Have you ever stood in a room full of people and wondered why one person is basically a human firecracker, ready to conquer the world before breakfast, while another is tucked in a corner with a book, looking like they've mastered the art of being invisible? Or why your best friend can forgive a betrayal in 5 minutes, while your sister will remember a slight from 2012 until the heat death of the universe? We're told we live under the same sky, but clearly, we aren't living in the same world. Today, we're breaking down the 12 archetypes of the Zodiac to figure out the why behind our beautiful, messy human differences. Think of the Zodiac not as a box that traps you, but as a lens through which you view reality. We start the astrological year with Aries. And if you know an Aries, you know they don't just enter a room, they collide with it. These are the pioneers, the ones ruled by Mars who have no off switch. They are the cosmic infants of the Zodiac, and I mean that in the best way possible. They have that raw, unfiltered I am energy. They don't wait for permission because, in their mind, the world is just a series of finish lines they haven't crossed yet. But then you move just one step over to Taurus, and the vibe shifts completely. If Aries is the lightning bolt, Taurus is the mountain. They are ruled by Venus, but don't let the beauty fool you. They are as stubborn as a rooted oak tree. A Taurus teaches us the value of the physical world, the smell of expensive coffee, the feel of high thread count sheets, and the absolute power of saying no when someone tries to rush them. They aren't slow, they're just savoring. And in a world that's constantly screaming, "Go faster," Taurus is the one reminding us that the earth beneath our feet is actually quite comfortable if you just sit still for a second. Then we hit Gemini, and suddenly the conversation picks up speed. If you've ever tried to keep a Gemini on one topic for more than 10 minutes, you know you're fighting a losing battle. Ruled by Mercury, they are the collectors of information, the social butterflies who live in the space between ideas. They are the reason we have variety in life. They remind us that there are always two sides to every story, and usually a third one they just made up because it sounded more interesting. But just as things get loud and frantic, we drift into the moonlit waters of Cancer. This is where the heart of the Zodiac lives. Cancers are the ultimate empaths, the ones who can feel the shift in a room's temperature before anyone else. They are the protectors, the ones who build shells not to hide, but to create a sanctuary for the people they love. They remind us that being vulnerable isn't a weakness. It's actually the bravest thing you can be in a world that tries to make you cold. But then, the sun comes out, and here comes Leo. You can't miss them, and honestly, they wouldn't want you to. Leo is the king or queen of the cosmic jungle, ruled by the sun itself. They teach us about the power of the ego, not in a selfish way, but in a, "I have a light and I'm going to shine it" way. They are the performers, the warm-hearted leaders who believe that life should be a celebration. Yet, right next to that roaring fire sits Virgo, the sign that keeps the world from falling apart while Leo is taking a bow. Virgos are the editors of the universe. They see the flaw in the plan, the typo in the contract, and the potential in everyone. They aren't being critical because they're mean. They're being critical because they truly believe things can be better. They represent the sacredness of the details, the quiet magic of a job well done, and the realization that love is often found in the small acts of service no one else notices. As we move into the second half of the Zodiac, we meet Libra, the sign of the scales. If Virgo is about the work, Libra is about the relationship. They are the diplomats, the aesthetic junkies who want everything to be balanced and beautiful. They hate conflict, not because they're scared, but because they genuinely believe we're all better together. But then we take a sharp turn into the shadows with Scorpio, and things get intense. If Libra wants to keep things pleasant, Scorpio wants to know your deepest, darkest secret. They are the detectives of the soul, ruled by Pluto and Mars. They don't care about the weather or small talk. They want the truth, even if it hurts. Scorpio teaches us about transformation, about the fact that we have to let things die so that new, more powerful versions of ourselves can be born. They are the all or nothing sign, and they remind us that passion is the only thing that really makes us feel alive. Then comes Sagittarius, the cosmic traveler who looks at Scorpio's intensity and says, "That's cool, but what's over that next hill?" Sagittarians are the truth seekers, the philosophers who need freedom like they need oxygen. They are ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion. So their lives are usually one big quest for meaning. They're the ones who will tell you the blunt truth with a smile on their face, reminding us that life is an adventure and it's way too short to stay in one place, physically or mentally. But as Sagittarius is looking at the stars, Capricorn is looking at the summit. Capricorn is the architect of the Zodiac, the one with the 50-year plan and the discipline to actually pull it off. They are ruled by Saturn, the planet of time and structure. They teach us that greatness isn't an accident. It's the result of showing up when you're tired, when it's cold, and when no one is watching. They are the goat climbing the mountain, reminding us that the view from the top is only earned through the struggle of the climb. And just when you think you've got the system figured out, Aquarius arrives to break all the rules. They are the visionaries, the ones who live 10 years in the future. Ruled by Uranus, the planet of rebellion, they don't care about how it's always been done. They care about how it should be done for the good of humanity. They are the weirdos, the geniuses, and the rebels who remind us that being different is actually our greatest superpower. Finally, we reach the end of the journey with Pisces. Pisces is the dream of the Zodiac, the sign that contains a little bit of all the others. They are the mystics and the artists who realize that the boundaries between you and me are just an illusion. Ruled by Neptune, they swim in the deep waters of the subconscious, reminding us that there is a world beyond what we can see and touch, a world of spirit, art, and infinite compassion. So, why are we all so different? Because the universe needs every single one of these frequencies to function. We need the fire of Aries to start the engine, the earth of Capricorn to build the road, the air of Gemini to map the route, and the water of Cancer to make sure everyone in the car feels safe. You aren't just your sun sign. You're a complex map of all these energies interacting in a way that has never happened before and will never happen again. When you look at your birth chart, you're looking at a cosmic fingerprint. You're seeing why you thrive in chaos while your partner needs order, or why you're a dreamer while your best friend is a realist. We aren't different by accident. We're different by design. The next time you find yourself frustrated with someone's personality quirks, remember that they're just playing their part in this massive celestial symphony. We don't need 12 versions of the same person. We need the full spectrum to make the world turn.